Hi guys, it's Paul from Paul Cole Cricket, and I'm very excited now to be showing you the Gray-Nicolls Shockwave here from Uzi Sports in their breakout area. The Shockwave back in the range for 2024 after a period away. It used to be bright blue, now it's three different colours: pink, black and green, and we'll talk more about those options in a sec. I'll spend the majority of the time talking about this pink one, which is packed up in the back cover. The half-length Gray-Nicolls back cover covers the blade and is included for free with all of these bats, regardless of what grade they're in. So it's always nice to see Gray-Nicolls providing that. So there's a couple of different grades to be talking about today. The 5-star, which this pink one is, which is grade 2 English Willow. We also have one of the green ones in 5-star here in the background, and then the rest that you see behind me are 4 stars, which are grade 3 English Willow, but still look very nice for the grade, as you can see there. And one of the reasons for that is the fact that Uzi Sports handpick all their bats from the Gray-Nicolls factory in Robertsbridge, so they're able to get the best quality available, essentially. But yeah, this one here is also, like I said, grade 2. I glossed over that really. When you look at it, there's 16 grains on this bat. Not bad for a grade 2. Yes, there's a couple of little blemishes here, and there's also a little bit of heartwood on this left-hander's outside edge. Yeah, can't complain really when you're getting 16 grains on a bat that is not even a grade 1. So obviously the Shockwave has been in the range before, like I said to you, a few years ago now. Back in the day it was blue, now there's 3 colour options. Now this pink one is for those who really want to make a statement at the crease and stand out. Perhaps not for everyone, myself included. When you look at the back there, it really is quite in your face. There's a lot of that blade covered by sticker, and it's incredibly bright pink as well. So you might get a bit of chat with this if you take this one out to the middle. But yeah, certainly stands out. If you wanted a bit more of a refined classical look, you could go for the black colourway. Black and chrome on the back, still very busy, a lot of wood taken up by sticker, which is still not really my cup of tea if I'm honest, but I do personally prefer this of the colour options. And then the other choice, of course, is this green one, which again, very bright and flashy, isn't it, on the back there. So yeah, quite busy, perhaps not for everyone. I think my favourite is the black, but I'll spend the majority of the time talking about this one in the video, this pink one, which, by the way, the pink is generation 2.1, as you can see there. The black is called generation 2.0, and the green is generation 2.3, just to confuse you all. but yeah, so yeah, it's something for everyone, you could say, with that colour option for sure for Gray-Nicolls. In terms of the shape, it's a mid-sweet spot, so it's great for all-round stroke play off both the front and the back foot, with an offset edge. So the thickest part of the edge is not aligned with the highest part of the spine. And the thinking there is to try and extend that playing area, that sweet spot, make it a really nice long middle. And it's slight concaving on these bats, as you can see there, a little bit of concaving to help keep the weight down a bit. And it's just about a full spine that just about runs down through that toe, as you can see there. So there's no duckbill there at all. In terms of the pickup, I've just done a video of the Scoop limited edition 50th anniversary bat. And in that video, I was saying how the bat was 210 and felt 2.8. But in this case, this bat is 210 and it feels maybe 2.9.5, 210, pretty much feels its weight. And I've tested all the other bats prior to the video and I got the same feeling. They're 2.9 or 2.10, incidentally, those bats behind me, but they're all kind of feeling their weight. So in terms of the pickup, for me at least, it's certainly not as light as the Scoop, but it's kind of true to what you might expect. You know, if it's 210, it feels 210. If it's 2.9, it feels 2.9, etc., etc. In terms of the bow, as quite often is the case with Gray-Nicolls, there's a noticeable curving of the blade there around the middle, as you can see there. And also in terms of the handle, they are quite thick, or at least medium thickness, I would say here, with a semi-oval handle, semi-oval at the bottom. So if you're a top-handed player or a bottom-handed player, it should suit. And Gray-Nicolls indeed seem to have semi-oval handles across pretty much their whole range. I like the finishing of the toe guard, and we'll show you a couple of different ones here just so you can get a feel. They'll all be branded and the matching colour, which looks really smart, I think. I'll show you the black one as well. So yeah, all look really good. Obviously help with the protection of the bat. And there's no anti-scuff sheets fitted on this pink one, but there are on these ones here, which is often the case in the lower grades. Gray-Nicolls will have clear extra tech sheets fitted, but bear in mind you won't get them across the higher grades typically, including at this 5-star here. But the edges are nicely boned, nicely rounded already. So in terms of knocking in, you probably only really need to spend about an hour or so doing the toe and the rest of the face before it be ready to take out to the nets. I'm sure you're quite curious to hear how it sounds off the mallet. The good old mallet test. We'll work our way from the toe up to the base of the stickers before bouncing a ball on it. For me, it's kind of like a medium feel. I wouldn't say it feels soft, but not exactly hard either. So it might take a few games, quarter of the season or so, to reach peak performance level after you've netted it with it first, of course. Up high, down low. Yeah, sounds good for sure. I mean, it's certainly responsive. It's a nice, sounding pretty good up high, considering it's mid-middle. Not quite as good lower down for me. By the way, I didn't mention the specs, but they're fairly big as well. They're generally sort of 36 to 39 millimeter edges, this one being 36, and a 20 millimeter toe. A spine's not quite as high as you might expect, typically around the 58, 59 millimeter mark. Might be nice to see it being slightly higher, but yeah, still reasonably high, I would suggest. And in terms of the price, I think this is where the value for money really comes into play for me for Gray-Nicolls. So bear in mind this is a grade 2 bat, and in fact it's a good time to show you the other grade 2 one that we have here, which also looks very nice. As you can see, they're 8 grains, pretty clean. These bats are being sold for £259.99, and the grade 3 option, the 4-star, some of which are also very grainy. As I said, you saw that one earlier. And then otherwise this is kind of like a typical grade 3, wide grains, but all sapwood, 5 grains on that piece. Yeah, £189.99 is the price for the 4-star, which in the modern day cricket bat market, in fact for both grades, relative to the grade of English Willow that they are, is actually really, really competitive. Very good value for money, with the prices going up across the board with pretty much every brand. To be getting bats of this quality for this kind of price is actually really good. Caters for most, if not all, budgets these days, I would suggest, and certainly caters for all, if not most, colour choices, colour preferences indeed. So Gray-Nicolls really trying to open things out, think of a wider audience for bats like this with the Shockwave. It's good to see it back in the range. You can come down to Uzi Sports here in Swindon if you want a closer look in the flesh at these bats, or you can order them online through the link in the description, wherever you are in the world, because Uzi Sports ship globally. That is the Shockwave from Gray-Nicolls, back in the range for 2024. I really do appreciate your support. Thanks for watching this video. Do leave a comment with some ideas on what you want to see from this channel, maybe some other types of video, maybe some other particular bats or other kit for me to review. I'd really be valuing your feedback and guidance on that, and definitely please subscribe if you haven't already, because I can't do these kind of videos, this channel at all, without your support. So thanks again for that. I'll see you again soon.